In case you haven't heard, the 2025 NFL Draft running back class is absolutely stacked. We're talking about names like Ashton Jeanty, Cam Skattebo, Dylan Sampson, Woody Marks, Quinshon Judkins, and Omarion Hampton, just to name a few. These are all elite talents with the potential to make an impact at the next level immediately. But one name that's quickly rising to the top of this group is Iowa's Kaleb Johnson. Kaleb Johnson was absolutely dominant in 2024. His tape, numbers, and tendencies, they all paint a picture of a future NFL star. If you stick around until the end of the video, do me one favor, subscribe to the channel and turn on those notifications for more NFL draft and rookie content. It's time to get into it. Kaleb Johnson, Iowa running back, 2025 NFL draft class. Let's get it. Before you know where a player's going, you got to know where he started. In Kaleb Johnson's story, it began in Hamilton, Ohio, where his dominance on the high school football field earned him recognition as one of the top running back prospects in the state. His size, clocked at 6'1" and 215 pounds, was already NFL caliber. But what stood out even more was his speed, the vision, and ability to evade defenders. Those traits laid the foundation for what would become a stellar career at Iowa. Fast forward to the 2024 season, and Johnson's name was all over college football leaderboards. He rushed for 1,535 yards, ranking 6th in the country, and his 21 rushing touchdowns put him at 5th overall. That's elite company. And here's the kicker. Not one single lost fumble. Not one. On every carry he had, he did not lose a fumble. That's the type of reliability NFL teams dream about. Johnson's production was no fluke. When you dig deeper into the data, you see a player who combines elite traits with relentless work ethic. Let's peel back the layers and look at what makes him such a dominant force at the running back position. Iowa's offensive scheme in 2024 leaned heavily on a zone running concept, with 80.4% of Johnson's rushing attempts coming in this system. Why is this important? Zone schemes rely on a running back's vision, patience, and decision-making to find creases and cutback lanes. Johnson thrived in this environment, as evidenced by his 53% rushing success rate, a mark that shows his ability to consistently gain positive yardage and keep drives alive. His success wasn't just confined to one side of the line either. Let's take a look at his point of attack tendencies. Most of his big plays came from exploiting gaps at the left guard and center positions, whereas Iowa's offensive line excelled in opening lanes. In particular, runs to the left B gap show his ability to maximize blocking while maintaining a high success rate. On wider runs to the right A and right B gaps, Johnson's explosiveness came to life, with several chunk plays and above average yards gained compared to both his team and the rest of college football. This versatility in attacking gaps makes Johnson unpredictable and hard to stop, something that bodes well for NFL offenses looking for dynamic running backs who can adapt to multiple blocking schemes. Kaleb Johnson just isn't a system player. His ability to create yards after contact is elite. In 2024, he racked up 1,060 yards after contact, ranking 4th in the country, and averaged an impressive 4.42 yards after contact per attempt. The hell does all that mean? It means that even when a play breaks down, Johnson is still a threat to turn nothing into something. Take his 36.2% broken tackle rate, for example. Whether it's powering through linebackers or putting safeties on skates, Johnson knows exactly how to make defenders miss. Pair that with his 11th ranked missed tackles forced, and you got a running back who's a nightmare to bring down, especially in the open field. Now let's talk about the fireworks. Johnson's big play ability is one of the most exciting parts of his game. His 12.1% chunk rushing rate, meaning 12% of his runs went for 15-plus yards, is near the top of this class. This isn't just padding stats against weak defenses either. His 6.5 yards per rush and ability to hit the second level with ease make him a home run threat every time he touches the ball. One key area to highlight is his efficiency in short yardage situations. Even with a 17.3% stuff rate, which is higher than most of the top backs in his class, Johnson compensates with his ability to turn small gains into chain-moving plays. It's a testament to his resilience and creativity he brings as a rusher. Now let's zoom out and see how Kaleb Johnson stacks up against the top running backs from this year's draft class. Using data from Huddle IQ, we can directly compare his performance metrics to guys like Cam Scatterbu, Ashton Jeanty, Woody Marks, Quinshon Judkins. Here's what stands out. When it comes to chunk plays, 15-plus yards, Johnson's 13.1% chunk rate outpaces players like Cam Scatterbu, 8.9%, and even Heisman runner-up Ashton Jeanty, 11.4%. This shows he's not just reliable, he's explosive and capable of breaking games wide open. In terms of yards after contact per attempt, Johnson's 5.0 yards after contact per attempt puts him near the top of this positional group, behind only Ashton Jeanty's 5.3. This reinforces Johnson's ability to turn contact plays into extra yards, a critical skill for NFL success. One area where Johnson does fall behind is broken tackle percentage. While his 36.2% is strong, it trails behind Jeanty's impressive 48.1%, suggesting there's probably a little room for growth in making defenders miss at the next level. Another fascinating point of comparison is expected points added, EPA per play. Johnson's .15 EPA per play is great, but it's clear that some backs like Scatterbu, .25 EPA per play, and Jeanty, .24 EPA per play, had slightly more impactful plays on a per-touch basis. Still, Johnson makes up for it with his efficiency and explosiveness in chunk plays. Kaleb Johnson, he's the total package. When you watch him on tape and dive into his production, it's impossible not to get excited about what he brings to the table. His vision, contact balance, size-adjusted speed, and ability to create explosive plays all scream NFL ready. And for Dallas Cowboys fans, this might sound familiar. He reminds me a lot of former Pro Bowl running back DeMarco Murray during his prime. Think back to what made DeMarco great, his patient running style, his ability to accelerate to the second level, and that rare combination of size and speed made him a true every down back. Like Murray, Kaleb Johnson thrives in zone schemes where vision, timing, and decisiveness are critical. Murray had a knack for setting up blocks and finding the smallest creases. Johnson, he did the same at Iowa. Once he plants his foot in the ground, makes a decision and accelerates, his ability to pull away mirrors what we saw from Murray during his time in Dallas. But what makes Johnson so exciting isn't just the comparison to DeMarco Murray, it's how perfectly his game fits in today's NFL. As offenses increasingly lean on zone rushing schemes to exploit defenses, a back like Johnson becomes a premium asset. And when you look at the recent trend of NFL teams like the Dolphins, the 49ers, the Dallas Cowboys, they are doubling down on creative zone-based attacks that prioritize motion, spacing, and cutback lanes. The ability to excel in those schemes isn't just optional anymore, it's essential. Of course, the NFL Combine will be a critical moment for Johnson. This is where we'll get those all-important measurements, 40 times and agility scores that can confirm or even adjust that DeMarco Murray comp. I'll be back with another video post-Combine to dive deeper into his metrics and what they mean for his draft stock. Whether he confirms the comp or showcases unique athletic profile, one thing is certain, Kaleb Johnson, he's a must-watch prospect. So let me know what you think about Kaleb Johnson in the 2025 RB class in the comments. Does he live up to the hype? Could he really be the next DeMarco Murray? Or do you think someone else in this class deserves the spotlight? Either way, it's going to be an incredible draft season, and I'm glad y'all are tapped in. As always, I'm Ray G. This is an NFL Draft Profile, and until next time, I'll catch y'all later. I'm out. Peace.